Now, what's the fourth book? You will never have heard about this book before, but it's one of the books that has changed my business entirely. So let me share that one with you right now. This one's called 5 Books That Every Real Estate Agent Should Be Reading During the Quarantine, but I'm gonna put a bit of a twist on it. I wanna share with you 5 unexpected books that are very relevant to the situation and the opportunity that's at hand right now. You've heard me talk about it in previous videos, and again, I'm dropping daily videos the entire quarantine, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't, because I'm gonna be giving away a ton of tips during this time. But these are gonna be 5 books that are gonna hit you out of left field because of the fact that they're not the typical ones. It's not the millionaire real estate agent or anything in the ordinary. These are gonna be ones that, again, are gonna come as a bit of a surprise, but there's a reason for that. It's because there's such an incredible opportunity right now to build your brand and to scale your business using different strategies. So I'm gonna share with you these 5 books and why they're so important right now. All right, guys, so before we get started, I wanna give you a bit of context as to what I'm sharing on this list. Now, there's 2 books on this list related to content marketing. I'll explain why that's so important right now. There's 2 books that are specifically real estate strategy related, and there's 1 relating to personal brand. Now, why are these not all real estate related? A lot of people that are going to be watching this have read the typical real estate books. We've all seen them. The Millionaire Real Estate Agent just being the most obvious example, but there's specific books that every agent's read. And I don't want to get into that. That's old news. You need to read it. But again, it's old news. I'll link it below. I'm going to link all of these books below in the description. So make sure you get them on Kindle, or if you want to wait 100 years for Amazon to deliver it, I guess you could do that, or just get it on Audible. But again, the reason why these are so important is because right now is the best opportunity to build your personal brand. I founded High Converting Content, which helps 6 to 9 figure entrepreneurs and realtors scale their impact, influence, and income using personal branding, content marketing, and social media. I'm in this space all the time. I speak with people that are all the way up to the Tom Bilyeu level, to the Lewis Howes level, Gerard Adams, Sam Bakhtiar, Andy Frisella, Ed Mylett. A lot of these people are guys that I talk to about this kind of stuff. Now, why is this so important right now? Because attention is cheap. Everybody's watching their phones. The statistic that just came out is the fact that 80% of watch time increase over the last week. Everybody is on their phone, but not many people are looking to buy, sell, and invest right now. So this is the best opportunity for you as an agent to double down on social media, double down on building brand awareness, and starting to become top of mind with an audience that has never heard of you, but are scrolling through and want to see what's going on. I've got an incredible video, you can check it out above, about the 5 videos every realtor needs to be creating right now. But these books are really gonna help you during this time, because you can come out the other end with a ton of momentum, as well as a lot of new people that you just warmed up. We all understand that there's a funnel, top, middle, bottom of funnel. Top of funnel, cold audience, never heard of you before. A lot of realtors go straight to middle of funnel, which is strictly lead gen. And then they go to bottom of funnel, which is people that are actively working with you, under contract, that kind of stuff. Right now is not the time to go middle of funnel. Right now, people are in a lot of desperation. There's a lot of anxiety, a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. Right now is the time to focus on top of funnel, that cold audience that has never heard of you before. And these books are going to help you do that. Because again, if you can garner a lot of attention during this time, doing the positive things, again, in that video that I shared with you above, you are ultimately going to be able to go much more deep and effective and convert higher when you go straight to middle of funnel after we get through to the other side and have weathered the storm of the pandemic. But let's get straight into it and share with you the 5 books you need to be reading during this quarantine session. So, number 1, Crushing It. So this is a book by Gary Vaynerchuk, and again, he wrote Crush It many years ago, and this is what's so special about this book. The fact that he wrote Crush It so many years ago, which basically told entrepreneurs, hey, you need to use social media to get attention, and you need to start building your brand. And then nobody listened to him except for a small group of people. And then years after, just recently, he launched Crushing It. Now, what Crushing It is basically a book talking about the people that actually took action on the stuff that he said years before, implemented it, and now have scaled their business 10, 100-fold because of the fact that they doubled down on social media, built a recognized and top-of-mind personal brand. And it was basically a massive book of case studies of people sharing what they did in order to get these extraordinary results. This is a must read for every real estate agent. You need to understand how to build your personal brand. You look at people like Ryan Serhant, Josh Altman. When people are in their market and they think real estate, they think of them. They don't think of any other agent because they're the ones who are most top of mind. And you can see they're hyper active on social media, especially during this time. Now, there's all kinds of technology coming into the business, iBuyers, Amazon. You see all kinds of stuff coming in trying to disrupt real estate. But if you're in New York, nobody's gonna sit in front of their computer for 5 hours and say, hey, what new technology is coming to the business to save me a few $1,000s when I go to buy a property? They think Ryan Serhant. That's what you need to create in your own market because you can, because nobody else is doing it in your market. So if you start to create a hyper-aware personal brand where people think real estate and they think you, and that comes by implementing the strategies in this book, and again, the stuff that I help my clients with, that's ultimately the outcome that's going to happen. So incredible book. Now let's get into a real estate book. This one is Ninja Selling. Now, why is Ninja Selling such an important book? The reason being is because it teaches you very creative sales skills. A lot of agents, or basically the entire industry, is deemed with this stigma of just being very solicity and very, typical salespeople stuff. I won't get into that because I don't want to be negative, but there's a big stigma around realtors. But this book explains how to sell and how to close and how to communicate properly in order to become a better real estate agent, close more deals in very organic, natural, warm ways, which is the best way to do it. I think this is one of the best sales books out there, especially for real estate agents, because if you start to take a step back, the ones that win aren't necessarily the ones with the most budgets or anything like that. The ones that win are the ones that are the best salespeople and the best closers. And the ones that do that make it seem natural, make it seem organic, and aren't just in your face trying to push contracts down their throat and all this nonsense. Incredible book. You have to check this one out. Now, the next book is going to be related to personal branding. And this one is, if you've seen my brand, you'll understand why this is so important. Purple Cow. One of the most incredible books ever because it teaches you how to stand out. The purple cow, again, obviously if you were driving down the road and you saw a purple cow amongst a bunch of black and white cows, it would pop. It's the same thing, it's still a cow, but it stands out and attracts your attention immediately. And that's what you need to do. That's one of the reasons why all of my BMWs are purple and why I use the purple branding. Not because of this book, The Purple Cow, that just happens to be a coincidence. The real reason why I chose it is because when you look at color psychology, it represents luxury, royalty, and ambition, which is kind of how I wanted my business to be perceived by people in my market. But purple does stand out. So whenever I drive anywhere, again, you can see in some of my videos, I live in the heart of downtown. Everybody knows my car. Every single time I drive downtown, whether it be to the grocery store, I will check my Instagram DMs and it's flooded with people that know my car and send me videos out of their condo saying, hey, I see you at the grocery store, I see you at the pharmacy, or I see you here. Everybody recognizes my car. It's the best marketing ever. You can do that for yourself. You can create your own unique branding that helps you stand out miles above the rest instead of trying to compete with other bus benches and mailers and all this nonsense, which is very expensive, has a very slow turnover rate. And again, you have to have some deep pockets to really dial that in. So again, Purple Cow going to be one of the best books to really help you build a strong, robust personal brand that attracts people, that helps you become the lighthouse instead of the tugboat that always has to go out and get clients. Now, what's the fourth book? You will never have heard about this book before, but it's one of the books that has changed my business entirely. So let me share that one with you right now. This one's called Epic Content Marketing. My writing's terrible. You probably can't read that. I can't even read that, but let me explain. Epic Content Marketing. Content marketing versus social media marketing. Content marketing is free. social media marketing is generally referred to paid advertising. Now, why is content marketing so important right now? Because again, if you look at how I structure my business, 2018, all of my leads, all of my business and closed deals came from paid advertising. Now, because I built my brand up so strong in 2019, I didn't have to do any paid ads, no advertising. All of my business came strictly from people direct messaging me. And that's from the law of gravitation. That's from building a personal brand through content that attracts people to you. Epic Content Marketing is going to be an incredible book for you because it's going to explain how to leverage different social media platforms and different strategies in order to attract people to you based on you being your true authentic self and what you have to provide for value to your market. We all have so much to provide, but not a lot of people are communicating that. Also, there's a lot of people that are really fun. I get on Zoom calls all the time with agents that are just so fun. They've got so much energy. They're very contagious and I love chatting with them. But then you see them on social media or their online presence and they're this like pristine little button-up person that looks very cold and serious and not very fun to work with. So this book helps you get over that. And again, it's gonna really show you how to attract clients on autopilot in order to build a really strong business that you don't have to constantly be going out on the hunt for new clients with. Now, what is the final book? Come on, I had to throw this one in there. Sell it like our boy Sirhands. Now, this is an incredible book and it's very relevant, it's very new, it came out last year, there's a lot of hype around it for very good reason. He's one of the best role models in this industry because again, he's done what it takes in order to get to the top but continue to innovate, as well as again, he's a great advocate for having a strong online presence, building his personal brand and becoming recognized, but also finding ways to leverage that and get creative. If you follow him, he's hyperactive, he's always doing new projects, and he's a great example for what you should emulate in your own business. So these are the top 5 books I really think that you should read during the quarantine. I'll link all of them below, but I guarantee during this time, if you leverage some of these creative strategies, again, dialing in your online presence and helping people become made aware of you during a time of chaos and you shedding light and value and positivity, I can't explain enough what that's gonna do for your business and the momentum and the upward trajectory that's gonna put you on as we get to the end of this situation. So thanks so much for tuning in. As always, I'm gonna be dropping daily videos for you the entire quarantine. So all that I ask, again, just one of these, please, a thumbs up. Otherwise, like, no, subscribe. We'll see you next time.